He's so black. Secretary, what's my schedule like today?
Well, Critic, you have a 5 o'clock manicure, a 3 o'clock threatening of a micronation in Wyoming, a 2 o'clock meeting with Todd in the Shadows to get both of your eyebrows waxed.
Yeah, his eyebrows are looking a little weird.
And a 1 o'clock crossover with Diamanda Hagan.
Who?
She is one of the reviewers for the site.
But I was told I was getting Jesu Otaku this weekend.
No, you weren't.
Alright, I know the drill. I act like I'm all angry that they interrupt my review, we go back and forth, and then we do the crossover. It's like clockwork. Anyway, if it's one of the women on the side, I'm sure I'm in for a nice looking piece of... Good God. Oh, sweet Jesus, don't hurt me!
What?
Please, Mr. Joker, I'll do whatever you want, just don't harm me!
Critic, it's me, Diamanda.
Oh my God, we're hiring people like you now? You look like the Crow if he was in Candyland.
Well, hired, given the job under threat at gunpoint. Either way, I'm here.
Dare I ask what kind of stuff you review?
Anything really, as long as it inflicts a buttload of pain. Or a pain lot of butts.
You have a movie with one of these, oh scary one?
I have a movie with both.
Based on the popular magazine of the same name, heavy metal combines science fiction stories and raunchy tales to create a cult masterpiece of cheesedom.
Why does it have a cult following?
Some say it's for the writing, some say it's for the incredibly unique imagination and creativity in the designs, but most say it's for the boobies. Lots and lots of boobies.
So, ready to journey into a world of perverted delights? Oh, get over it!
I'm sorry, you look like what I saw when I said Bloody Mary 3 times!
We open on a starfield in space.
As opposed to a starfield somewhere else?
Blow me.
We hear a mysterious voice explaining the all-generic evil of the all-generic universe. Tell me if you haven't heard this dialogue a million times in other movies.
A shadow shall fall over the universe, and evil will grow in its path, and death will come from the skies.
A badness that will darken the light and shadow up the evilly dark. Epic!
Look out for the title.
No, this is why I should never drink while raining death from the skies.
Over the credits, which reads like the cast of SCTV, we get...
Holy shit, my testicles just exploded from the awesomeness of that clip.
But why the fuck is someone using a car in space?
Okay, any question with the words car and space in them quickly become invalid.
But how is he steering it? Why isn't it burning up? How did it survive the impact?
What part of car in space do you not understand? Question invalid. Enjoy the awesome.
By the way, this is the form of animation known as rotoscoping. A somewhat controversial way of animating where they take a real-life film of people and just draw on them. But where most films at least ink and paint over their footage, this movie seems quite content with just lightly coating it with the remains of their milkshake. Extra points for having the guy look down mid-drop to make sure he was still aimed at the right planet.
So while he rides through the cornfields of the desert, he meets up with his daughter.
What did you bring me?
You'll see.
Was it a bright green world-destroying ball of doom?
Maybe.
This guy's idea of driving home involves an orbital drop. He's clearly not sane. Look, he has the cold, dead eyes of an animated pedophile. I'm just saying that if he doesn't get melted by MacGuffin soon...
Glinda is pissed!
Do you want a good death or a bad death?
I am the son of 4 evils. Look carefully. My power invests all time, all galaxies, all dimensions.
Even though I could clearly melt you like I did your father, I'd rather use you as a linking device for the following pointless anthology of stories.
And that's pretty much what happens. The green thing shows the girl, and by extension us, the first of the stories. And we see the answer to a question that's haunted the minds of people since 1990. What would happen if a Captain Planet villain stopped trying to pollute the world and instead spent their fortune on looking for shit?
They would make seemingly simple metal detectors much more complicated in design and use.
Through using his cartoonishly huge Ferngullion digger and his slave army of bird Jawas, he finds the green glowy thing. It's somehow taken to the New York of the future, even though it kind of melts anyone who gets close to it.
Hey, New Yorkers are used to harming their bodies all the time. They know the drill.
And the movie suddenly decides it wants to be a film noir.
My name's Harry Canyon. I drive a cab.
Okay, sucker. Hand over your cash. Now!
Okay, do I really have to start a melting counter? There's more meltings here than a rainy day at the Memorial Day Witch Barbecue!
The green glowy thing has been put on display in a museum, which makes perfect sense, because one thing museums are known for is exhibits that can kill people.
But, oddly enough, it's gangsters who murder the founder of the ever-killing Gobstopper, and his daughter escapes to the cab driver's car.
Help me! Please!
As usual for a woman who's just had her father murdered, she suddenly wants to have sex with someone.
I must have turned her on something fierce. 'Cause this dame was going for broke.
Nothing like that dead father mobster tie-in glowing ball of death rebound.
You know, I just don't see this working. She's just lost her dad. Why is she horny?
It's a noir. Everybody's horny.
No, I'm gonna test this. I'm gonna kill some woman's father and see if she'll sleep with me.
You go outside? She takes off in the middle of the night. Pfft, typical woman. Wham bam, thank you, sir. And later, we see the gangsters in the backseat of his cab.
Where's the girl?
Oh, come on.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Oh no, he found my only weakness, asking politely! Seriously, this story will be over in a blink, nay, a tap of a foot. But because he asks, he doesn't do it. You gotta give those New Yorkers credit, they are famously polite.
When you see her, tell her that time is running out.
So he meets up with the woman at the Statue of Liberty, he agrees to help her exchange the glowing ball with the gangsters, the exchange is made, and, oh, guess what happens? Yeah, I still can't believe I need one of these.
Hey, baby. We're rich.
I'm taking it all. Pull over.
So the woman, really out of nowhere, turns against the cabbie. Which means, of course... My God, movie, what is your beef? Did the writer's mother die in a microwave or something? And by the way, if you're wondering where the story goes from here, it doesn't. Yeah, that's the ending to this one. In any other movie, this would probably just be the intro. But Heavy Metal's philosophy is just when things are looking like a good setup for a story, never give him the story. It's like Philip Glass, the less he keeps your attention, the happier he is.
I'm back.
Hey, welcome back. I've been taking the reins of this review for a while now.
What did I miss?
2 meltings. What happened to your eye?
Well, she sort of didn't want to sleep with me.
Well, did she know you killed her dad?
Yeah, I did it in front of her.
We may have to just accept the fact that we live in a very bizarre world.
I have chosen you because you possess powers you do not yet understand. Look again.
We open our next story with a nerd named Den who doesn't realize that a bright green glowing meteorite might not be the smartest thing to pick up.
I figured maybe tonight I'd hit the jackpot. All I needed was a little juice.
This sends him hurtling through space and time to the planet Mongo.
Mongo only pawn in game of life.
You think they noticed they have a hole in their planet?
No hair. Big.
Yes, may that large, muscular, and strangely aerodynamic body be a lesson to you. For now, you are John Candy of Gore!
There was no way I was gonna walk around this place with my dork hanging out.
I mean, walking around an entire movie naked? Who do they think I am, a woman?
The random topless priestess orders the cultist to drown this random topless woman. Of course, Dan rescues her and she instantly falls in love with him, because she has tits.
You saved my life. I have no reward to give you, but if any part of me pleases your senses, I would give it to you willingly.
John Candy of Gore likes your eyes. Hey, feel lucky I didn't like your breasts. So, how old was Den again? He looked and acted like he was about 12. Is this technically pedophilia? And more importantly, would the movie even care if it was?
There was only one problem.
Come.
I was just about to, you damn furry! They get taken to a local leader, a guy trying his best to impersonate Martin Clunes in the classic Doctor Who Snake Dance.
Guards, castrate him.
I just noticed, this whole place is a bit human-centric. Both the leaders have been humans, but their forces are either furries or guys with no heads. All this strikes me as a bit racist. And the crab people I rule with an iron fist agree. Yay! Because Kojak the Barbarian's girlfriend has been imprisoned in a glass case, he gets sent off to capture the green glowy thing from the priestess from earlier.
We're underneath the castle moat.
What are they saying?
They talk of the savage beast who prowls these catacombs with a fierce hunger and sharp teeth, 6 inches long. Sorry, 16 inches long.
Forgive me, poor attempt at penis joke.
Kojak gets into the palace, is captured, but turns the evil priestess on so much that her robe changes colour between shots.
It happens.
Of course, they fuck. And while she's kept busy, Gnarl steals the glowy thing. So Kojak the Barbarian makes it back to the clearly evil guy's base just in time to discover that he's clearly evil.
Where did they go?
Into the space between spaces.
You could have the power of Rulatech. You could be ruler of all these people.
Forget it.
With both sides' leaders dead, John Candy of Gore and his girlfriend leave on a giant dragonfly. Safe in the knowledge that all those furries will probably kill each other in a massive orgy of bloodlust to take over as soon as they're over the horizon. End of pointless story number 2.
The next story set in a massive fucking space station that looks like the Odyssey from Ulysses 31, where someone's finally putting Zap Brannigan on trial, though for not stealing Captain Marvel's costume.
It's okay, Charlie. I got an angle. Call the first witness.
He provides a character witness, but it doesn't go very well.
Hagan's too good for him. Burning's too good for him.
Hanover.
He should be torn into little bitsy pieces.
Hanover.
Kill!
Well, I can tell this is going to be very story-based.
As soon as it turned into Law & Order Avengers unit, I'm pretty sure everyone forgot what the trial was originally about.
I'm just disappointed that we've gone 20 minutes without a melting.
35,000 Zuleks. Thanks, Hanover.
It's nothing, boss.
Goodbye.
Very few escape my grasp, even in death.
Yes, that was my very loose tie-in with that story. I probably could have edited out or maybe inserted myself into it more by lying or something, but that is the story I told. Are you standing comfortably, by the way? I know I tend to ramble on sometimes, especially when I should just be killing the person I said a moment ago is the only one who can stop me. But I still have a good 49 minutes of doom to tell you. I guess I just have a compulsion to waste people's time. Hell, if I could, I'd even put a commercial interruption in the middle of these stories. Well, that was lucky. Anywho, do you want snacks? This next one can be a little lengthy. There's not any naked women in it, but my guess is you're not really into that anyway. I am. A lot. Anyway, planes! So we're suddenly in World War II when we see somebody is following one of the planes.
Jeez.
Skip, something's following us.
It looks like John Carter on the way back from Mars again.
You saw that?
Somebody had to.
The green glowy thing infects the plane and turns the dead crew members into zombies because it can do that now. And frankly, this is the best part of the film. The idea of men trapped in a tight enclosed area like a bomber with zombies, it could make for a brilliant film.
Good thing we'll once again take no advantage of this great idea and instead parachute out.
And I think it's time for the Rod Serling ending.
Oh! Oh!
Amelia Earhart, no! One Tron wipe later, and we see that there's a meeting at the Pentagon.
Dr. Anrak, 6 more mutants were sighted in Arizona this morning. Do you still say this has nothing to do with the green radiation from space?
I don't have time to answer your questions. I have walking to do.
Hell, my constituents are turning green. They're growing arms on their backs, and the voters have a right to know about it.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I think so, but how could I get Catherine Zeta-Jones in a Batman outfit?
I was thinking about Insano.
Oh yeah, Insano. How could he get Catherine Zeta-Jones in a Batman outfit?
As for the theories of interference by alien beings, it is my firm opinion that we on Earth are the only intelligent, technically advanced civilization present in the universe.
So, as expected, mid-speech, the most ironic thing possible happens.
And I'm currently wondering what I would have done in just as obvious situations in history.
Job. How am I gonna fix this guy? He's fucked.
Guess we turned it up a little too high.
Wait, if they planted the Doctor there to convince the world that there were no aliens, then why did they get him back like that? Thus confirming to the world that there are aliens.
How many times do I have to tell you? There was a car in space. Question's invalid.
Of course, the ship's robot immediately falls in love with his secretary, and like most women, she falls in love with a small, phallic-shaped machine who will stay after sex.
I've never felt anything like it.
Oh, great. I've been programmed to be fully proficient in sexual activities.
So, really, every woman in this movie is like a game of perfection. If something can fit in the slot, you just put it in there.
How would they have sex anyway? I'm guessing it'd be something like this.
Wait a minute. Was that the fucking Enterprise? It is! It's the fucking Enterprise! What the hell is the Enterprise doing in the 40s? Or present day? Or whatever the fuck that futuristic trial was supposed to happen?
Could be flying back in time to capture some dolphins or some crap.
Spock, have you ever wondered if you can smoke a triple?
So the pilots get high in the least hygienic way possible and almost crash the ship while the robot and secretary almost instantly decide to get married. Because, funny.
I have chosen you because you are the future who could destroy me. With your death, I break the chain for all time.
Trust me, by this point, I think she preferred death than listen to one more of your pointless, perverted stories. You are a horny little green ball, and you ramble a touch.
In this story, the glowy thing crashes into a mountain on an alien desert planet. Of course the locals, as in all the locals, decide to go check it out.
Hey, it's green lava, which means all these people get... Yes! Those are the numbers I'm talking about! Oh.
Death! Death to all who oppose us!
Now, let's go get chicken!
I'm a vegetarian!
Kill him!
So, we see what Eternia would look like if Skeletor got his shit together, so surely, the leaders must have some plan, some weapon to beat back the hordes of evil on their doorstep.
Tarek the Defender? His race is dead!
Some say that the race is not dead, that one still lives.
One of Tarek's blood can do much.
That's why we waited until they're literally beating down our door.
We will summon the Defender together.
They let out the call to summon their world's very last hero.
A giant, hot, big-titted warrior hoe!
So how long until this one gets naked? I guess it was a stupid question.
Sensing that since we never actually saw the old man who summoned her die, and if she rushed she might actually be able to save them, she decides to spend the next 3 minutes putting on what she considers armour. Thigh-high boots, a thong, a sleeveless bra, a belt, and a single shoulder pad. If she's so okay with being naked, then why bother change at all?
She-Man, and the big-titted mistress of killing shit. So Tarna and her bird make it to the city, and what the fuck do you know? Everybody's dead.
They're all dead. Everybody's dead, Dave.
Who would have thought that the old guys waiting until the enemy were breathing down their fucking throats and her taking an ice age to get dressed would have resulted in everyone she's supposed to protect being fucking dead?
That Galaxy security is doing a heck of a job.
She tracks the mutants down to a Western-style sci-fi bar where everyone's listening to Devo.
Hey, it's better than the other band they had last week. They just kept playing the same song over and over. Now, the funny thing is that throughout this entire story, this woman never talks. And honestly, she's the most interesting character in the film. Yeah, I know that's weird, but her actions, the constant determination on her face, and even the fact that she has a connection with her animal friend makes her much more interesting than any one line of dialogue from the rest of these clowns.
Ah, so that must be why everyone plays her character in Dungeons & Dragons.
No, they play her for the tits, but she's still a good character too.
She flies to the mutant camp, but gets herself captured by their random bird thing net that they'd set up just in case the main character from Joust attacked. She gets stripped naked, tortured, and thrown into a pit with the cast of Jace and the Wheeled Warriors, but the mutants are good enough to throw her gear in with her, so in no time she's escaped and ready to kill the crap out of the mutants, who are, of course, good enough to send their leader out to fight her alone.
It takes a special kind of hero to punch someone after killing them with their own chainsaw. A bitch is usually what they're called, but a badass bitch.
She sits atop her noble bird thing and faces down the green glowy thing head on, and proves that once again, she has the power, because her Castle of Grayskull moment earlier on was apparently foreshadowing.
Wait, what the fuck just happened? Did that thing's memory of being defeated just kill it in the present? And why is the girl now Tarna? Is she Tarna reincarnated? Does just her being near the thing kill it? Why'd it die twice? What the hell's going on?
Listen, it's simple.
Either she's a reincarnation of Tarna and telling the story killed it, for no reason, or it knew how it would be killed and decided to stop its fate by killing Tarna as a child, and then exploded for no reason.
Neither of those makes any more sense than the other!
I said it was simple. I didn't say it made sense.
This isn't a movie, it's a series of horny fan fictions that somehow got a budget. Some things work, like the animation at times is very stylized and impressive, and a lot of the designs and ideas can be creative, and do I even need to say the soundtrack fucking rocks? But the stories just go nowhere, and stop before they even get started. The last one is the closest thing to a complete story, and even that has an ending that makes no sense. Some of it's impressive, but it's mostly just pervertedness posing as badass art.
Personally, I like most of it.
Yeah, the linking story of the green thing is a bit shit, and ultimately makes no sense, because its abilities change all the time, and who the fuck even knows what happens at the end? Because the last time I had to deal with a green, glowy orb of death, I blasted into fucking space where the Krulags can deal with it. Yeah, take that, you tartan-skinned motherfuckers! But yeah, Some parts of this are very well done, especially the B-52 section, and all of it, even in its worst bits, are imaginative as all fuck. There's a sequel which is like a middling to bad story, and this one stretched to 90 minutes. And there's talk of either a remake or another film coming out soon. I just hope it's good.
Well, that was fun, Critic. Do you want to watch some rock and roll?
Sorry, Diamanda, can't talk. I'm on a giant flying car in space. Woo!
Okay, fine, Critic. I'll just go amuse myself with the cries of infants.
Holy smoke, this is so exciting. I'm gonna invite one of the other producers to come on board. Woo!
Yeah! Hey!
Hey, CR.
How's it going? We're in space! This is awesome!
Yeah, no, real awesome.
It doesn't sound awesome.
No, it sounds awesome. I just thought maybe we'd have one of the other producers where you are. No, it's
like,
cool. I like you. I like you. It's just
okay. I mean, you said any.
I know.
Who'd you have in mind?
I don't know. Maybe J.O. or somebody. I mean,
J.O.
Yeah, you know.
What's your deal with J.O.?
I don't have a deal. You know, it looks like someone that would be a lot of fun to do a crossover with. You know.
Are you attracted to him?
No, you know what? I knew this was gonna go here. You know, just because you really want to do a project with someone, you're interested in the work.
Okay,
doesn't
I
mean
understand
you
that.
you have to be attracted to him. You have to.
I understand that,
you know?
but it's a little suspect. I mean,
You know what? Okay, opposite gender. Oh my God, that must mean that I want her. Is that it?
No.
I mean, is that like always the thought? She's very talented. You know,
It's
I just
happened
thought
before.
Cool.
I mean, you know, people.
Are you trying to tell me something? If you had a thing, you know, for
what?
I saw you've been looking at Phaelus, you know, and I just get this feeling that
no.
You know what? Let's just forget it. We're in a car in space. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. Let's focus on the car in space. Okay. Can we crack the window? It smells kind of like onion.
It's a convertible, and it's space. I don't know how there's.
Well, there's no oxygen here. I'm kind of getting deprived.
Yeah, I am feeling a bit lightheaded too. Yeah.